Alright guys, welcome back to Persona 3 Reload. Last time we met in Persona 3 Reload, we just did some social link stuff. I'm pretty sure Elizabeth stole my 500 yen, and I believe Junpei had a little bit of an encounter with that red-haired girl that was with Strega for a few cutscenes, but she wasn't with Strega when they confronted us back in the previous full moon operation, but you know, it's just that's all it is just, you know, social link stuff. So yeah, this is actually, I believe this is actually a new session of reload of this game because, one, I'm checking the Elizabeth's requests, meaning that I am trying to catch myself up on whatchamacallit. I'm trying to catch myself up on what I've done, what I haven't, and I'm actually taking Elizabeth to see Naganaki Shrine. Yeah, this is where that 500 yen you stole from me was.
Traditions and pay my respects.
How about you pay me back that 500 yen?
I wonder if this is enough.
My 500 yen. Me? Am I trying to see how long this will go? Honestly, probably it will go on forever if you never press any buttons.
Divine grace were proportional to the amount offered. In any event, I have finished presenting my offerings. Come to think of it, this system of monetary offerings is very similar to that of the fountain. There are a great many locations in your world where supplicants may request good fortune. You live in a truly wondrous place. Could those paper strips tied there be... Just as I thought. These are paper fortunes. I've heard of this game. People entrust their destiny to a slip of paper, finding the risk far too exhilarating. I see.
Yeah, it's called gambling. That's called going to the casino. I mean...
Well, I'd like to expand
That's how you... The biggest risk in gambling is playing blackjack and hitting on 16. Even though you're supposed to stay on 16. But you know what? Maybe some people aren't little cowards and think that they'll win. So I busted out at 26.
Since we arrived. But what is that equipment over there? If memory serves, these are a slide and a jungle gem, correct? I see. In the presence of a true god, upholding a pretense of gravitas is all but meaningless. What a magnanimous and introspective message. If that is the case...
Okay, to be fair, literally everyone did that as a kid with the slide. But then, you know, the thing was, is halfway down you ate shit and probably broke your clavicle or some shit. Hell, I'm pretty sure I still have a muscle, probably still have a back spasm from when I did that when I was like 5.
That was certainly entertaining. Now, could you please instruct me in the proper use of the jungle gem over here? I can't get out.
You have to climb out.
Oh dear, it's rather difficult to maintain one's balance. Today was even more enjoyable than our other outings thus far. To be honest, lately I've been wondering, do I find this world enjoyable simply because of the novelty of the stimuli it presents? Or another possibility, perhaps I enjoy myself on these excursions because of your company. In any event,
All I do is stand there and respond to things.
with my master to install a horizontal bar in our room. I'd like for you to accompany me again sometime, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving me that 500 yen back.
Suppose we should call it a day. But before we do, I'd like to go on the slide one more time. Shall we seize the
That was
opportunity to
fucking...
go
That was forced as all hell. That was okay. That's it. By the end of this game, I want Makoto to look at the camera and say, "This is my Persona 3 Reload."
Here are my requests. Let's hear the results. Come to think of it,
That isn't 500 yen.
marvelous. I'm looking forward.
Oh, there's actually one detail about Elizabeth, besides her being a thief, that I haven't mentioned, is that she will actually respond. Like, there are some personas that have response that she responds to if you have them equipped. One of them is Mara, and I'm not going to spoil what Mara is, even though I've already done a Persona Let's Play on this channel, which you should totally check. I actually don't. I would not recommend that. Actually, I'll get into that in a minute. But Mara is the giant penis monster. It's a huge meme in the Persona series, and Shin Megami Tensei, but for that matter. But she has a bit of a reaction if you have that one equipped. And you know what? I could talk about this one because I could talk about this topic because I haven't really. I haven't. Surprisingly, you know, I'm about 50 parts into this Let's Play, and I have yet to talk about the Persona 5 Let's Play and what I think of it now. And because I recently started rewatching most of it, you know, because I like having background noise when I sleep. And I just started rewatching a little bit of it, and I gotta say, it's a lot better than it went a lot better than I remember it going. But it also, I feel like I should have not done that at the time. Mainly because Royal came out when I was halfway through it. And I was a little, the thing was, is I was a little frustrated at the fact that that happened. More I was frustrated at myself because I was terrible at being consistent. But I also have to keep in mind, I think I was a college student. I was a college student for a majority of it. I was a college student for the whole Let's Play. So it was kind of hard to have a consistent schedule at the time, you know, to find time to sit down, record sessions, and stuff like that. And I was going through a lot during the Persona 5 Let's Play. Not the parts that were uploaded in 2020. Everyone was going through shit during that. But I'm talking about, like, you know, just life and, like, but, like, when I was... And it was pretty clear that I was, like, really struggling to keep commentating over Persona 5 at times. And there were also just a lot of... There was a lot of issues I had with it in terms of quality for both sound and video. Like, I still like some of it, in all honesty. And, you know, and also my part links were inconsistent as all fuck. But Persona 5 was a lot harder for part lengths because of the simple fact that there were just a lot of moments. Like, once we started getting to the midway point of the game, the story just became so long. There were so many cutscenes that just took so long. And it was kind of hard to find a good place to cut the part in the middle of the story without, you know, having to... interrupt things. And plus, I recorded Persona 5 a little bit of a different way, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember my approach. I think I recorded it one part at a time. So what I did was I would save. So, like, I would save at the end of a part, and then I would just stop the recording, wait a few minutes, then start the next part, then start recording for the next part, and then keep repeating the process. So really... my recording for parts was really because my part length was because that was the way I recorded originally, meaning that I couldn't find a good opportunity to save until, you know, those story bits ended. And I gotta say, the story bits got massive by the end of by like the midpoint of Persona of 5. Huh? What's going on?
Persona user.
Oh, great.
However, My fascination lies more with you. Good evening. There's no need for hostility. Now is hardly the time. Let's have a little chat. Come along.
You know, Makoto, I remember mentioning that you carry that sword and evoker around with you at all times. Where is it? Oh, did you finally get the message?
I have a question for you. However, just demanding answers from you wouldn't be a very fair arrangement, now would it?
No, we're not. There you go. You asked your question. See ya.
Your own first. So, what do you want to know?
That's 2 questions, man. Why aren't you wearing a top? Come on. Ask it. Ah, coward. Fucking bitch. By the way, he does mention... By the way, the justification for it, for why Takaya isn't wearing a shirt, or why Chidori wears the, you know, very, you know, layered dress, in Jin also, too. And Shinjiro, for that matter. I will mention that, too. It's actually because of the suppressants they take for the personas. That's a concept that will get brought up much later. I mentioned it, and I mentioned that it doesn't really go anywhere because it's like one of those details that's like, it's there, but it's not like massively important. But their suppressants cause them to have fluctuations in temperature of their body. So Jin doesn't need to wear a shirt because he's always warm. But Shinji, he always wears, you know, the, you know, trench coat and stuff like that because he's always cold. I think that was the justification. I can't remember if they actually said that in the game or if they said something else. I mean, very quick Google searches. Yeah, why doesn't Takaya wear a shirt? That's gonna be a good Google search on my end.
So then, why should we give up the powers we were bestowed?
Why doesn't Takaya wear a shirt? There we go.
Do you know what a savior complex is? You are being trapped by a misguided way of thinking. We have no obligation to sacrifice what is ours to save others. Giving up your own life to save others is simply a waste. Your reason.
Okay, yeah, that seems about right.
Do you continue to deny it because you can't accept the truth? There is no need to rush your decision. You should think carefully about it. We have been given a special power, and yours is particularly extraordinary. It's as if the Dark Hour has chosen you. Does it really make sense for you to reject this gift?
Oh no, he doesn't mention that at all. He just says it's a stylistic choice in Reload. I could have sworn it was because of his body temperature. I don't remember. I know that Shinji wears the, you know, many layers because of his body temperature, but I mean, it could be a similar thing for Takaya. He's just brushing it off. Folded paper.
With that, my debt to you is paid. Perhaps it might help you make up your mind. Well then, I shall be going. I trust you'll have changed your tune by the next time we meet.
Koromaru, bite his dick off. You a bitch. That's all it says. It's just the piece of paper has something written on it. Use a bitch. And unfortunately, that does not pass time. Unfortunately, that does not pass time, so we can still do something. Because I don't know. I guess I just didn't think to. I guess we just got lucky. I guess Takaya didn't want to take up that much of our time. Nope, not Fuka. I think I was looking for Yukari and Akihiko. But they're probably out doing shit. Well, actually, I think they're not going to be available for Tartarus for the next couple of days because I think they're getting ready for school to start back up. Oh, and by the way, another thing is Fuka will tell you that she's upstairs. If she is, like, she'll just say, I'm on the second floor. So if you want to go to Tartarus but you can't find her on the first floor, she's most likely on the second floor. That's usually where she is. If usually Fuka doesn't leave the dorm, so you don't have to worry about, never being able to go to Tartarus because of Fuka. Because again, the rule is still that Mitsuru and Akihiko have the say in terms of going to Tartarus or not. I mean, I more went for the... I mean, I cut off all my hair recently, but I more went for the Nero from DMC5 look. No, I'm not pulling it off well, but I still like it.
Good looking now, but just you wait. I mean, look at me. I'm old and ugly. My cheeks sag like a damn bulldog.
He means his face, by the way. He means his face. I don't know why I have to clear that up, but I feel like I should, just in case. He means his face. At least I hope. If not, I'm calling the cops.
Here's a little trick so you don't lose hope in the future. Just don't expect nothing. Simple, huh? That way you won't ever be disappointed. You're gonna lose your hair eventually, kid, so why bother with it now? Bald is beautiful. You just wake up in the morning and go. No fuss. You'll need a hat for the winter, but I say go for it. I'll spot you money for a shave and some clippers if you're short.
That was a rank up? Oh, shit. That was a rank up? All he was talking about was shaving.
What, is all my talking putting you to sleep? Well,
A little bit.
sleep here, kid. Go home and rest in your own bed.
I guess I'm hanging out with Hayase. But the other thing about the Persona... I'm going to go back to the Persona 5 Let's Play talk, I guess. The other thing I didn't like about the Persona 5 Let's Play that I did was I was just kind of... I was just really bad, honestly, at the fucking... I don't think I had any deaths or anything like that in 5, but I really took forever on boss battles. And really just didn't understand what the fuck I was doing, I guess. I played Persona 5 probably like a few times, and yet I still didn't understand what the fuck I was talking about, probably. I mean, I'm not doing much better here in terms of... Mainly because I'm a fucking idiot sometimes, and I also like to drag things out. I have the mentality of a Devil May Cry player, where I have to, I gotta play with my food a little bit before I kill it. If that makes sense. But, like, Persona 5 was so easy to break towards the beginning of the game, yet I wasn't doing that. And the other thing was, I wasn't really good about talking about what's on screen. Then again, I'm never going to be good at that. And I think that's just good not to, I think it's fine to not talk about what's going on screen, because, sometimes what's going on screen isn't that interesting unless it's, story related, then I'll talk about it. But, like, for the most part, I don't really... I also just had a really hard time coming up with things to talk about in the Persona 5 Let's Play. It was a struggle for me. And I still kind of struggle with that to this day. I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at that. But, it is kind of hard. I mean, then again, I'm doing this whole thing by myself. So it's kind of hard. It's challenging without someone to bounce off of, if that makes sense.
Whoa, it's already this late? The preschool's gonna be letting out soon. See ya.
I wasn't paying attention. What is the preschool? Does he go to preschool? Damn, I didn't think he was that dumb. Yeah, he is I know he's a brother, and...
Welcome back.
Yes. I mean, she brings up... I mean, technically she's right, but also she's wrong. All at once, baby!
Why, certainly.
I mean, technically she brings up a valid point, but it's more if she consumed too much ice cream. Everything in moderation, kids. I wouldn't say I'm the pinnacle of health or anything like that. I'm a fat bastard. I mean, I don't think I'm better. I think I've gotten better about my eating choices. Like, I don't eat, I don't eat a crazy amount of fast food or anything like that anymore. I've kind of tried to stop doing that because of, well, I'm trying to save money. And it's nice to, make a nice meal and, take it to work every day.
Late. I was just thinking about leaving. You've been coming here a lot too, huh?
I've kind of rediscovered my, I wouldn't say passion for cooking, but, I do enjoy cooking every now and then. I do enjoy cooking. Keeps my hands busy. It's also just nice to have something that isn't, a processed burger from McDonald's or some shit. I work with someone who complains about not having enough money for anything, yet he blows all of his money on fast food because that's all he eats during his lunch break. And I'm like, well, maybe if you, didn't do that, because I've seen people, I've eaten fast food probably like once in the past month, and that was just because I ran out of food to bring for the week because I just didn't plan ahead, and mainly because I had a surprise shift or something like that. No, not a surprise shift, but it was more, how do I word this? I just didn't plan. I just straight up didn't plan ahead for my meal, so I was one day short. So I just said, fuck it, I'll just get something from McDonald's for today. And I just got like a really, I got like a normal sized meal. I think the biggest thing I got was like a large drink. And that shit almost costed me $20 alone. And I'm like, Jesus fuck, dude. What the fuck? Inflation's a bitch. Oh, man. But I mean, technically that is true. It's like inflation's a fucking mess.
250 million yen. That's not even close to a lottery jackpot. Thanks to me, you learned something new today, kid?
Oh, well, my attention.
Now, don't waste your life working all the time trying to get rich. Just take life as it comes.
I mean, yeah, that's a valid point. I'll give him that one. I mean, that's cynical. It's still a little cynical, but yeah, it's. I mean, that's why I hate those kind of finance bros on TikTok and shit. Like it's like, you want to get rich, you gotta follow my lessons, and I'm like, or maybe just, maybe not everyone wants to have like a assload of money. Yeah, I would like $1 million. It would be nice, but knowing me, I'd be using that to pay off student loans. It's like, I'd be using that shit to pay off student loans, and that's it. Maybe a house, but I wouldn't be going like, going for a fucking Lamborghini or some shit. Maybe the Sonic one that they're doing, but that's a whole different can of worms that I'm not going to get into today. But that's going to actually do it for today's part of Persona 3 Reload. Today was a really weird one in terms of topics, but the next time we meet in Persona 3 Reload, we're going to just keep doing more Social Link stuff. I think we're about to start school back up. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll see you guys next time, and take care.